Welcome to this presentation of the gap theory. In many theological circles, this gap is found between Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. Verse 1 says, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth." In verse 2, we see that the earth was without form and void. Between these two verses, according to some theologians, resides billions and billions of years. This is how some theologians reconcile the biblical account of creation and that put forth by evolution. We also have a gap in the management and governance of a school, public and private. How might this gap in a school have been created? It starts like this. In the beginning, a group of parents, business leaders, or a school board created or established a school. Parents had high expectations of the school, just as God had high expectations of His creation. He said that His creation was good. So parents had high expectations of the school when they enrolled. If not, they would have never enrolled. Over a period of time, it becomes clear that the school did not meet the expectations of the parents because of less than effective policies or management. As a result, the parents receive less than expected, and a gap is created between perception and expectation. For example, let us say the expectation is that at Oral Roberts University, since it is a Christian university, students do not cuss, and all the professors are great examples of Christ-likeness, loving, compassionate, forgiving, and merciful, especially during finals. The expectation could be a K through 12 school where the school advertises strong academics and high achievement test scores. A parent enrolls their children with the same expectation. At the end of the first quarter, the student is not doing very well, and the parents feel that their children are receiving less than expected. Students get in school, and reality sets in, and it becomes obvious that the school becomes less than the students or the parents expected, as noted in the headlines in this private school law report. Angry parents sue private school over unfair discipline. The discipline practices were less than expected. What happens? Well, disappointed parents might file a lawsuit. Why? To close the gap between expectation and reality. However, in a private school, most students will just transfer to another school. Survey results show that 70% of dissatisfied parents change schools. For the other 30%, there are lawyers out there trying to make a living from dissatisfied parents. If a parent gets anything less than what they expected, they perceive a performance gap, and as a result, dissatisfaction and disappointment take over. Now, the gap does not always add up to billions of years. In a private school, it could be 1 hour, a day, a week, a month, or a year for the gap to become clear. The task of the administrator is to create good policies and to utilize good management practices so there are no gaps. Since most lawsuits in schools are started by parents within the school, let me give you 6 key actions to take when dealing with parents who want their own way on issues they may perceive as legal challenges. Now, the price that you paid to take this course is worth knowing and acting on these 6 recommendations, especially if you're in school administration. You're not going to find these in your textbook. Now, if you follow these, it will help lessen the need for parents to feel that the only way that they can get their way is to proceed with legal action against you in the school. So you may want to capture and to print this screen. Number 1, always be sincere about parent concerns. Using the phrase boys will be boys does not work. Look the parents right in the eye. Mean what you say. In most cases, it may not be an issue that you created, but one that results from what your staff did or what they said or what they did not say or do. When your staff deal with parents and students, it must be heartfelt. So number 1, always be sincere about parent concerns. Number 2, apologize when necessary. Avoid using the word if. For example, if you are angry, or if you're upset, or if you're concerned, Face it. They're already angry. They're already upset. They're already concerned. It's not a question of if. So just apologize. Number 3, own up to challenges. School is not, nor will it ever be, perfect. As hard as you try, there will always be issues you have to face. The staff doesn't always do their job as you expect. This is why it's so important to inspect what you expect. Many times the training that you provided 2 years ago will be forgotten, or the directives you gave yesterday will be forgotten. At your orientation, tell your parents that the school is not perfect. Say the same thing to your student body during an assembly. Let them know that everyone is a work in progress. And don't forget to tell this same thing to your staff. Number 4, take action when and where you can. Immediately. If not, parents will draw the conclusion that nothing is being done about the situation. If nothing else, let the parents know that you are aware of the issue, you have read their letter, you have heard about their concern, and you are working on getting more information, or you are investigating the situation. So number 4, take action. Next, number 5, revise policies to prevent further issues. I have been in many situations where parents are not interested in punishing the school or school staff. They just do not want others to experience the same situation. Like the time one of our summer fun leaders left a child stranded at a water park. The staff had failed to do the required eyeball-to-eyeball check when getting back on the bus. They were distracted and they did not complete the task. So parents just wanted to be assured that this would not happen again. And finally, number 6, follow up. This may require action on the part of others. If so, ensure that actions are carried out. So if you follow these 6 guidelines, things will go much better in your school.